Hey guys, how's it going? This is Davin with Davin D Doodles, and I finally broke down and did a thing. As you can see before you, I have finally invested in a few Copic markers. Now this I do entirely blame on the Coloring Diva. She has an amazing coloring channel. She's got all the best deals. She's got all kinds of information on her Facebook page. I highly recommend you check her out, and all of her information will be linked down below. So now that that's out of the way, I do completely blame her because I have fought the urge to get these for so long. And on her Facebook page, someone happened to post, "Hey, did you guys know Copic markers are on sale on Amazon?" And I guess I just had a bug up my butt and decided I had to look at it. And I had just been telling my husband that I wanted to do more original art and I wanted to focus more on people, and lo and behold, skin tones were on sale. So did I get one pack? No, I got 3 packs. I got the skin tone set. I also picked up the set of Floral Favorites Color 2, and I picked up the Earth Essentials set because of course I did. The only 2 other packs that you guys could probably guess I would have grabbed besides this one would have been the grays and would have been the blues. But I actually have ideas in store for these particular colors, and if I like them, I'll continue to collect them every paycheck. Kind of like maybe a pack a paycheck, or set aside a couple money every few paychecks, I'll pick some up. But first we have to see if I even like them. So I made a quick little spreadsheet here. Well, it's not a spreadsheet, it's just a janky little color chart with my tiny little writing that I can't possibly zoom in anymore or you guys won't be able to see. I'm going to swatch these out and hopefully they work well. Hopefully I like them, and if I don't, I'll give them away. So there's always that possibility. But first, let's just dive in and see how these go. So the first thing, I don't necessarily want this to just be like a swatching video, but I do want to see how these blend, and I want to see how I can mix colors with them, because I have several different concept sketches that are already complete that I want to color in today. 1, because I love the character that I made, but 2, because I have an idea for an original art piece with him. You know what? Just there. I have an original art piece in mind with him, and I want to make sure that I have the colors I need to do everything that I want, because if I don't, I may just use my Ohuhu markers, because I still love my Ohuhus. But we'll see, because he's actually not even skin tone color. I just want to have these available to me if I need them, and I want to play with their blending ability, like I have some idea of what I'm actually doing. But I hope you guys can see okay. I usually don't like having this kind of video, but this is a really important step. So I will say right off the bat, this is nowhere near as streaky as my Ohuhus, because a lot of the time, yeah, these are laying down much smoother than my Ohuhus. I had mentioned in a previous video, I think, that sometimes my Ohuhu markers fight me, and even my Art and Flies will. They just, occasionally they kind of bubble up, they don't really want to lay down well, but these are like really smooth transitions. So I'm sure you guys probably can't even see this color. So these are probably close. I think I'm going to try and see if I can get any kind of blend with these. Actually, I'm going to do the 15 and 18. I think that's a little closer. I don't know. You know what? Let's do something totally different. We're going to do the 00, and we can see if we can get like a blush color. So if I lay down like a even color on like some character's cheeks, will this be a good blush? Oh, that's cute. And you can kind of go through again. So I am going to put a disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I've never used Copic markers, clearly. But I do kind of like the way they look. I'm digging them so far, and I kind of was hoping that I would. I mean, obviously I was hoping I would because they're not cheap. But so far, none of my markers have been dry. They've all been really solid. And I like the fact, you know, it's a small thing, but they don't roll everywhere. That's really nice. And I don't have a blender pencil. I do want to kind of bring that up as well. I've never used blender pencils. They just kind of get in my way. So that's not bad. I mean, if I worked at it, I could probably get a nice blend, but I'm not terribly concerned about that right now. I just wanted to see what they look like. I'm more interested in the blues and the greens in this one, because that's going to be the colors we're going to be working with for our character. So now that I have markers all over my desk, let me get a sip of coffee. And I will ask, I know there are a lot of people that use Copic markers. What is the best way to blend them? I know some people do like to use the whole blender pen. What color am I? Oh, but from what I understand, the blender pen like takes color out and it kind of just lightens the color. So is it actually that efficient? Is it better to just kind of go over your colors to try and make a better transition sort of thing? Is there a key to it? I think I might have to look up a couple of videos on YouTube just to see if they're that different, because I don't even think I was coloring with the Ohuhus technically correctly. I just kind of do my thing and hope it works. But these are really, really beautiful colors. I'm so excited to use them in my pictures. And I just love how they're very smooth. They're very buttery. And I know that's like a keyword or like a hot word, but especially with these blues, I don't see it kind of bubbling the way the other cheaper markers do. And for me, that's a big thing, because I am considering, well, no, I have to stop using that phrase. I am going to be selling prints and selling my artwork. And so that's mainly why I decided to take the step and do something like this. I really want to have something that's going to be light fast, have something that's better quality if I'm going to be selling it. So these are for my artwork, these are not for my coloring books. I'm just putting that out there now. You're not going to see these in like Jade Summer, but I really can appreciate, I don't know, it just feels different. Maybe it's in my head because I expect it to be better quality. I don't know. I should just stop focusing on that. That's like a pretty sand color though. I will say that. I also really... Okay, and this has a little bit more orange in it. That's really good. Okay, so these are promising. Now let me see what color my greens are. These are going to be really important. And I think if I keep going with this character, I'm going to need to do some darker greens. And my cats are like everywhere lately, so there's cat hair everywhere. I did try and clean, but it's like they just keep coming back. Alright, so we have... Okay, so this is a really promising green for what I need. Because, oops, my character is a ghoul from Fallout, and he's freaking adorable. So let me see if I can blend these colors, or if I can layer these colors well. I'm just gonna lay them down, nice big section. So if I wanted to do, say, more of a shadow. Okay. Now let's see what happens if I... That's actually not bad. That's actually really pretty cool. That would probably work. I may need to do, like, I wish I had some grays because he wears like gray dirty pants. I may need to use like, I don't know, something else for that, but like that's a pretty good gradient, and I think I could get the same if I did over here with like the bee. These might be a little far apart, but we could try. This reminds me very much of water. This doesn't make me think of botanicals. This makes me think of water, and I kind of want to try like a little ocean scene. But again, that kind of works with the plan that I have for future videos, which is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with planning ahead. So yeah, I think this was a little bit of a far transition to try and do, but that's okay. You know, I have to learn. I think these would be fine. The reds would probably be fine. The yellow is interesting. Can I use the yellow? What I want to know is if I can really punch some dark colors into these greens. So he's a glowing one, which means he casts like a green aura around him. So he's got some yellowy green, so that will be like his base or whatever. And then he'll have shadows, which are obviously darker green. Now what I'm wondering is if I take a color like this blue, I'm really scared I'm gonna mess this up. I hope I don't destroy this pen. Like if I come in here, do that, can I go over it? Like I like how dark that looks, and you could even go over it again so it looks just like it's darker. I kind of like that. So that'll be like deep shadow because his eyes are very socketed. So from here on out, you're going to have voiceover, Davin, because I've already given you my first impressions of the Copic markers. They're awesome, they're amazing, they're everything you want them to be, but are they worth it? If you're willing to invest in them, sure. If you have the extra money or if you're saving up for them, no problem. But there are cheaper alternatives out there and you can get just as amazing work out of those as well. So I don't want anybody to feel bad or think that if they can't afford Copic markers, they can't make great art. That's simply not true. In fact, something I will say is that when I started doing the coloring for my concept sketch for Arthur, my little ghoul, I quickly decided that I couldn't use my Copic markers as they were. I do like the Copic markers. I do think that it was really good practice for me to try shading and to try adding different colors and layering different colors to make new colors, but I wasn't happy with the base skin tone. It was too yellowy green. It didn't give off the correct lighting that I was really hoping to achieve for him. And honestly, by the end of the first sketch, I looked at it and I just thought to myself that if I were to put him next to the Ninja Turtles, I would honestly have a problem. He was just too yellowy green and I didn't like it. That doesn't mean it's a bad green, it just means it's not the right green for him. And so for the upcoming video that I have in mind for him as a character in this scene, I'm going to be using my cheaper Ohuhu markers because I have more variety and I know that I can use them just as well. So please don't feel that if you don't have the best of anything, you can't make good art. That is not true at all. But this was fun to do. It was a really fun introduction to Copic markers, and I do hope to continue collecting them slowly so that I can build my collection and hopefully be able to use them for future projects. I do have a few things in mind, especially with those skin tones, but it's going to have to come slowly. I'm going to have to do my own research into how to properly blend them and to make transitions, all that fun stuff that I hope you guys will come along and learn with me.